The Nokia 6 was the first device that HMD Global launched under the Nokia brand on Android. It was a phone we liked, demonstrating some of the best build quality for its price and position, but ultimately let down by some of its performance. In a highly competitive arena, there are a lot of low-price mid-rangers that have a lot of appeal. Reborn for 2018, the new Nokia 6 makes some essential tweaks to widen its appeal. The Nokia 6 retains much of the appeal that the first iteration did when it comes to design. It's still carved from block of 6000 series aluminium, reinforced with an internal metal plate and feeling solid in the hand. Diamond cutting helps highlights details around the phone, imparting a sense of quality and solidity. There are some hard lines on this design, thanks to the squared sides of the phones, so it's not as curved as some, but we feel there's an industrial appeal to those looks. The fingerprint sensor on this new version of the Nokia 6 has moved from the front of the phone to the rear, and that's given HMD the opportunity to make this phone a little shorter. We also feel that rear fingerprint scanners are a little more practical and positioned as it is. We found it easy to hit. Being more compact is an obvious benefit, but it's also hanging on to the familiar looks of the previous device. So it's still a solid phone, it's a great design, and it's now better proportioned than before. It does hang on to a 16:9 display however, so is fairly conventional and doesn't make that step forward to 18:9 that the Nokia 7 Plus offers. The 5.5-inch IPS LCD display has a full HD resolution just as the previous version of this phone did. This is a good size and resolution, so we can't complain too much. On the previous phone we weren't totally sold on the color tuning of this display, but first impressions of the new version are good. Moving swiftly on, the new Nokia 6 gets an important upgrade in power, moving onto the Qualcomm Snapdragon 630 platform, from the 430 that the old version offered. That should boost the performance in a number of areas, making this a faster phone all round. There will be two versions of the Nokia 6. One with 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage, and another with 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of storage. We're not sure how the distribution of these phones will be managed and if both will be available in all regions or not. Whichever you choose, there's the opportunity to boost that storage using microSD, up to 128 GB. There's also another important change, and that's the inclusion of fast charging. That will see the 3000 mAh battery topped up much faster than the older model, so if battery endurance is a concern, then charging no longer is. Additionally, Nokia has now moved this phone to USB Type-C, but fear not, it still has a 3.5mm headphone socket.